In this final leg of our big trip, we leave the Gawler Ranges and head for home, stopping for 2 nights at Mount Remarkable, a night in Greenock, a night at Tintanara, and then having 2 nights in the Grampians before we get back home.
So here we are at the Gawler Ranges National Park. Bit of a rough drive in. We arrived quite late this afternoon.
We just had to finish the Nullarbor plane today, which meant we had to do a lot of driving and finished our audio book and lots of other things.
That's right, you guys are great in the car, really great.
Yeah. So hopefully not too many massive driving days as we make our way home with a few fun stops as we go.
So we're about to start the 5 Falls walk, so it's got 5 different falls we can go to.
This is the first waterfall, Yaginda. There's water up the top there. A few budgies around, this is nice. Not a lot of water falling.
We found some water and it's really good for all the animals that live here.
Some people criticise these walks online, saying they're just walks to nowhere, and I can sort of see how they'd come to that conclusion. Well, it's pretty beautiful even though these waterfalls are dry, I think.
It is, it's just a lovely walk through some arid wilderness area, really.
Hey, there's a skull down there. Our 5th waterfall for today. None of them have been running. I don't think this one will either. It's quite hot, lots of flies, but they've all been a great experience.
Last stop for the day. We're at the organ pipes, and what do we just see?
I just spotted a rock wallaby up there.
Oh, that is so
It was one of the
special.
really rare ones.
That was so special. And there is the organ pipes. Also very special. Exactly on the plan, just taking the highway back home to Melbourne, but we've taken a wrong turn in the Gawler Ranges, so now we're heading into this remote area.
We figure we may as well take the most direct route. Whether it's going to be the quickest route is yet to be seen.
Anyway, we'll see where we end up tonight, who knows. Let's see if they go across the road. Watch out for the wildlife around here. So we've stumbled across, in the middle of nowhere, some old ruins. The Tintanara ruins they are. Built in 1880. And, you know, pretty solidly built, I think. So there's a lot of sheep stations around here, so I suspect it was an early settler with their sheep.
Informative sign was put up in 1987 by some primary school kids. So they'd be a little bit older than Jane now to build it.
Stood the test of time, hey?
Here's an old wagon. Bit of a comparison of old versus new ways of getting around.
Wow.
Looks pretty cool.
Look at the wooden wheels. It's full of surprises around here. We're at Mount Ive, and here's a submarine they've put in here for a bit of a rest stop, tourist attraction. And we've just dropped in at Mount Ive station to get some fuel. Lovely people there. As you can see, not much other than a submarine. and a lovely station. Well, a lot of traffic around here. We're stopped in the middle of the highway.
Come on, get a move on.
Waiting for this mate to cross the road.
Certainly had more of these go by than I have cars.
Go on, mate.
I forget. This one's actually by himself, but we've seen 2 or 3 of them today that hang around in pairs. Which has been quite nice to see.
Oh, he's turning around.
Oh no.
So it ended up being a bit of a late night. We got a takeaway dinner in Port Augusta when we finally arrived, and then continued driving on to Mount Remarkable National Park. But here we are the next morning, having a quiet start to the day. Kids are catching up on their diaries from yesterday, remembering the many animals that we saw on the road, and this is a really beautiful spot to be for a couple of nights. Got some beautiful red gums in this part of the world. These trees are just huge. These little guys are so gorgeous. Just hanging about our camp.
Chasing after us.
I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, Jane tells me these cypress are native.
Pretty nice view of the Spencer Gulf.
It's in a caravan here, look who's coming by.
Just packed up and pulled out of Mount Remarkable National Park. Didn't do heaps there, but it was a nice spot to relax. And today, where are we headed?
We're going to do some wine regions. So there's a lot of those around Adelaide. We're going to go to the Clare Valley Festival, which is the home of whites. And then go into the Barossa, home of a deep red. So, one for Jane, one for me.
We'll probably stay in the Barossa, but we've booked in to go out for lunch today in the Clare. Should be fun. We feel a little bit shabby in our camping gear, but anyway.
Hopefully they don't look below the waist and see how dirty our shoes and clothes are.
Yeah, should be a bit of fun. Looking forward to it, kids?
Yeah.
2.5 hours later.
2.5, wow.
Ooh. You're right to drive the caravan, doll? So after a lovely lunch in the Clare Valley, we continued to roll down to the Barossa, and now we're in Greenock Rec Reserve. Good find, Mark.
Yeah, I love these sorts of joints. A $5 fee for the night, and the community gets a bit of money from it. Works well for us.
Yeah, it's lovely. There's quite a few campers here. There's a playground, there's a sports oval. Great. So what's going on here, Dan?
Each one of us got this big kids platter.
Oh.
And I think this is milk, and this is water, and I think this is apple and orange.
So you've got to taste your drinks and your food?
That might be apple and that might be apple.
Do you think that they've tried to match it so you have those different foods with each drink?
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Lucky you guys. Enjoy. Tuck in.
I like it. Bit of a bitter orange juice. Tastes like water.
So another good day in the wine regions, and we're heading off now. Where to, Mark?
We don't really know. We'll drive towards a place called Mount Monster Conservation Reserve. That's a good 250k away, so whether we get there this afternoon, I'm not sure.
And
But-
how did you enjoy the Barossa?
Loved it. Some brilliant reds there. And
It's fair to say we didn't sample very many wineries, but
no,
there's a lot here. You could spend a week here.
yeah, unlike other wine ranges I've been to, almost every square metre of this area is either covered in a winery or a vineyard. So it's a lot of choice.
Sure is.
1800s, a family lived in this tree for 5 years.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, if I was gonna live in here, I'd probably stay mostly in this corner.
Oh yeah, it could be a bit drafty, hey, but what an amazing tree and what an amazing history. The first bridge to span the Murray, built in 1879. Not particularly scenic from this viewpoint, but it is a relatively dirty looking 150 metre wide stretch of river
Nation's
below us.
largest river.
Daddy, was it a drink?
So we've pulled up at another council run free camp, this time in the township of Tintanara. Pretty nice spot, isn't it, Jane?
It's really nice, especially because it's free. You probably noticed this last few weeks we've been really trying to hit the free camps a lot because we had this aim of keeping our budget below $30 a night on average. We're a bit over, not too much over, but WA really did smash us a bit with the prices, so
It did.
trying to make up for it.
We're going to run at about $36 a night overall. But yeah, what a spot.
This is the Tintanara railway station.
What do they do here, Amber?
They make wheat, and there's some silos over there.
Yeah, they're big ones, aren't they?
This is the wheat, but they have to crush it up for machines and stuff.
You found that at the bottom of the silo, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we were just about to depart and then we've decided to try and to rescue this tree. So Mark's desperately trying to cut this tyre off from around the tree, which unfortunately has probably been put on to protect it from getting grazed by rabbits, but now the tree's getting ring barked. It's only got a few leaves left on it, but it's turning out to be quite a difficult task. Despite all our efforts for quite a while, Mark's been cutting and hacking and drilling, we were unable to get through the tyre. So we've had to resort to just leaving this sign on the tree. Hopefully someone comes along with the right tools, or each camper can have a bit of a go.
And if you're coming here, please help it.
This would have to be getting pretty close to one of our last car videos, I reckon.
Absolutely. Got 2 more driving days now. So we've split it up for our last 2 days. We're going to do about 300 Ks and that'll get us to the Grampians in Victoria. And then we'll have a couple of nights there, and then we'll spend another 300 Ks on Saturday driving home.
Weaving ourselves up a steep mountainside in the Grampians, coming up from the northwestern side of the Grampians. Wow, it's a beautiful spot.
It's a cracking spot.
Well, we reckon it might be just about the steepest drive we've done since we left King Lake.
I'm quite glad that there wasn't an oncoming car.
Yeah, well, also that the wheels
Like
didn't
now.
fall off the van.
Yeah, I've seen it's a bit of a roly-poly.
Anyway, what a great spot to spend the last couple of days of your amazing trip.
We just arrived at Smith Mill Campground in the Grampians, and this is our last campground on the trip.
How exciting, nice one.
So we've just found a little emu walking along. Looks very calm and likes to come up close to people. Very friendly.
Mark, I'm scared. As soon as Mark came out with the peanuts,
Came racing towards us.
she did, and it's hard to relax This will be an interesting interaction.
Second last day of our trip, and here we are in the Grampians at Smith's Mill Campground. It's the first time we've actually been here, in this part of the Grampians anyway.
Beautiful spot. Heaps of amazing walks and lookouts and all sorts of things to do here. And of course we don't need to try and rush around and do them now because we can easily come back. It's just a nice spot to end our trip, and we're having a very lazy morning of it. Reminiscing really. It's been a great trip. Watching a few of our old Stacey's Gone Bush archive videos.
We're going on a walk to some waterfalls, and the first one's Broken Falls. As you can see behind me, we've been here before. Yeah, but we've been here when we were like that tall and things. So now we're here, they're much older.
It's nice to be back.
2 and 3 years old.
Alright, well Victoria's got some pretty cool cantilever lookouts as well. It's not just WA. Wow. Mackenzie Falls, flowing very well. What a beautiful spot. Congratulations guys, you've just finished your last hike of our big trip.
Oh my god.
There's been a lot of hikes, hasn't there?
There's been heaps, and it was a pretty amazing hike, but there's been a lot of better ones on that trip. We've done, and
yeah. Doing the final hookup.
With a milestone.
Sure is.
So we've got an unhook to go today, but what have we done? I reckon we've done about 94 different campsites. We've had quite a few times we've had to hook up and unhook during the day. So I reckon we've probably done this about 100 times this trip.
Got it down pat now?
need the camera.
We're about 10 minutes away from home.
We don't actually recognise this place yet, but Mummy and Daddy do.
Of course we do. And it's been a long drive today. We've been trying to avoid traffic. How long have we gone for today, Mark?
Car has been running for 5 hours and 18 minutes.
And we haven't had many stops because we're eager to get home now.
It was only meant to be about a 3-hour drive, but it took us on a bit of a back roads, which was quite nice and scenic. It does imply that the traffic on the freeways must have been horrendous.
Yeah. Anyway, I said to these kids many months ago, we're going to see a lot of amazing places on this trip, but when you get home, you'll realise that where we live is beautiful and amazing as well. So, nearly there. Looking forward to seeing our animals.
And grandparents tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, and people, of course.
This is now research.
Where we live.
Back in the car for one final time in this video series. And where are we off to, guys?
School! We're going to school!
Back to the old grind. Should be fun to see all your friends.